So I was definitely a very picky eater when I was a child. I was that typical child that wouldn't eat their green beans or their peas or anything like that. I have never liked eggs. That one's still true to this day. I do love eating green beans and peas now. Those are probably my favorite vegetables. I also didn't eat salads or anything like that when I was a kid. And I kind of liked to stick to bland food and just, I didn't, yeah. I liked my typical little kid meals where I didn't eat my vegetables and I liked canned syrupy fruit. Um, but a lot of that has changed now. I love trying new foods. I'm definitely down for just about anything. I still, yeah, like I said, I still don't eat eggs like where I can taste them, or like the texture I think gets me and the taste kind of gets me. It's just weird. I wish I did like them because like they are they are pretty good for you, honestly. Like it'd be a nice like breakfast to like just scramble some eggs and voila, an easy breakfast. That's nice. But unfortunately, it kind of takes out a lot of things. But yeah. There are definitely like things that I do love to try, and like recently, a couple years ago or something, I don't know, I tried sushi and I love sushi. I think that's one thing a lot of people are very scared to try because I gotta admit, it's kind of weird sounding because you're eating raw fish or like raw squid with rice and seaweed. And I do think it is kind of an acquired taste, but I do think a lot of people should just kind of go out of their box and try some new stuff. 'Cause that's how I learned to like a lot of different foods. Like me and Rachel and some other friends, we went to Africa night and we got to try different foods from Africa. And then me and Rachel also went to Saudi Arabia night and we got to try that kind of food. And it's very interesting. And I feel like when people come to foods from different cultures where it doesn't kind of look like our food, that kind of scares them away, or like the color sometimes will scare people away. Like I love pesto, which is like that weird sauce that's green. And I offered it to some of my friends sometimes and they're just like, nah, man, that's green, weird looking. So they didn't really eat it. But I think once you try it, um, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's just what happens. But if you do like it, you kind of open yourselves up to like a whole new food types. And I think once you start trying stuff, you're not as scared to try new things. Like I've kind of noticed that about myself. Um, like when I was a little kid, since I was picky, I wouldn't try that. Like if someone brought, like if we had someone over for like a meal or something and they brought a dessert or like a dish or something that I thought was like kind of weird and like I was shied away from it and I didn't eat it. But now, like even if it looks weird, even if it looks kind of funky, I think that's actually kind of a motivation for me to try it. Because sometimes the weird, funky looking foods can be healthier for you. Like, there's some weird looking fruits out there that are just crazy. And I love those. I love fruit. I'm definitely willing to try a lot of that. Um, I did try star fruit one time. That was not the best, but like, you know, any other fruit, I'll try. I like most other fruits. Um, yeah, but I think um this week we were actually supposed to try a new food, and unfortunately I didn't get to that, but I'm trying to think of like what I want to try. Like, I don't maybe since next week's spring break, I will go on a little adventure with some friends or from with my family, and we'll go try some new food. Um And then also we were supposed to try a new form of physical activity, which I thought was like a really cool like motivational thing. And unfortunately, I regret to say that I actually did not get to work out at all this week because this week was midterms and I just felt so swamped with tests and exams and just mm, it was a lot to deal with. So unfortunately, I didn't have that time to go to the gym because a lot of the time I took was spent studying. But I would love to try rock climbing because we have a rock wall here, and I like that'd be a really cool way to exercise because it's more of like a sport kind of thing where you're doing this like you have a goal in mind, you want to reach the top, so you're not as much thinking about like the burn in your arms or like the burn in your legs. So you are getting that exercise, but it's also like a more fun way to do it. But yeah, there's a bunch of different exercises class too that I think would be super cool to try. Like, there's actually this exercise class called Hapkido, which is, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but it's like a martial arts kind of exercise class, and like I think I'd be down to try that anytime. So I guess like my goal for when I come back from spring break is just like I want to work those different things in and I just want to be able to try those different things.